Hi, my name is Puma St. Angel, and I'm here at the Rejuvenation and Performance Institute at Grace Grove. And today's Peak Performance Power Talk is about creating your perfect meal plan. Figuring out what to eat so that you're fully satisfied, knowing you are taking care of your body in the best way possible, can be one of the greatest challenges. If you're anything like I was when I started to take responsibility for my health and began this quest of figuring out what my body wanted to eat, you probably have turned to experts in the field of health and nutrition. And we all know that everyone has their opinions about what the perfect eating plan is. And not just for themselves, but for others also. And I'm always amused when I hear these wonderful authors and health activists and doctors and nutritionists talk about what you should be eating, because there are so many factors that need to be looked at when creating a meal plan. So recently I had 2 phone calls back to back from clients who decided to go on 2 totally different diets. One person felt like she needed to go off sugars completely for a while the other felt fats were aggravating her problem. And so she went on a high fruit diet and eliminated most fats. And then after a short period of time, each one of them changed again what they were eating. But they each had read some health experts' truths about diet and believed it was their truth. And so they radically changed their diets. And that's the problem, is because you'll hear very contradictory ideas from health experts as to what you should and should not be doing. So to maneuver around all the health advice that is out there, I have some tips for you on how to create a healthy meal plan. The first one is to recognize what phase you're at in your life, because this will depend on what your body may or may not need. So, for example, are you very physically active? Maybe you're an athlete or have a very physically demanding job. Are you in a healing crisis? Are you pregnant? Or maybe you're needing more of a maintenance diet to sustain your regular day routines. Or are you wanting to do more of like a cleansing diet? And you may be looking to adjust your diet just for a short period of time because you just did, let's say, a lot of traveling, and you weren't able to control all the aspects of your diet. So now you need to eat cleaner for a bit in order to balance out all the travel food, and then return to more of a maintenance diet. And the other thing to take into consideration is, what time of year is it? Where do you live? Are you living in a cold, wintry climate with lots of snow, or are you in the tropics during summertime? So let's say you're in Montana in the winter. It probably wouldn't be ideal for you to go on a strictly raw food diet high in tropical foods. You'd probably need some more warming and grounding foods. And then you might wait until the heat of the summer to go on a raw food, blended diet, which is a cleansing diet. So it's important to find a meal plan that is in harmony with your current environment. The second tip is to do your research before making a diet plan, your ultimate truth. One thing we need to be aware of is that most of us have not grown up learning about how our bodies work. And there's so much to learn about how to properly maintain them. So spend the time and really educate yourself about different eating styles, meal plans, exercise techniques, mindset techniques, and keep trying different programs until you find something that works for you. And then, and then it might not work after a while because, your environment's changed, and then you keep tweaking it. So as you begin your research on different ways of eating, you're surely going to come across some of the current fad diet plans, like, the paleo diet, Atkins diet, South Beach. There's the DASH diet, 80-10-10, eating according to your blood type. There's low carb diet. There's low fat diet. And then you have your more common and long-term eating habits, like being a vegetarian, vegan, a raw foodist. So I highly recommend you take out of these information and ideas that resonate best with you and create a healthy meal plan that best fits your objectives, not other people's objectives. So for example, if you feel you need more protein in your diet because you are physically very active, you may alter one of the high meat protein diets and add more chlorella or spirulina, which contain incredible amounts of highly absorbable protein instead of consuming so much meat. Or you may choose to do a mostly raw food diet, but just add in one source of fish or meat protein that is obviously verified to be hormone and antibiotic free. So learn as much as you can and play around with the different meal plans designed by other people until you find a blend that works best for you. The third step is to hit your reboot switch. In order to create a healthy meal plan and to receive its maximum benefits, you really need to start eliminating a lot of the old toxic residue from your body and clean up your intestinal tract so that you aren't drawn into old and harmful eating habits. And also, one of the side effects is that you're going to digest and absorb all the amazing nutrients from your food much easier after doing a cleanse. So it's interesting because every single person who I've guided through our cleansing programs have experienced the sensation of not wanting to put junk food back in their bodies after the cleanse. And it was so much easier to stay on a healthier meal plan for a longer period of time after doing a cleanse. So I guarantee you that you will yo-yo in and out of eating a healthy diet and eating junk food more often until you do a cleanse. And some of my favorite cleanses are doing the liver and gallbladder cleanse and doing an intestinal cleanse. The fourth step to creating a healthy meal plan is that it has to be sustainable and realistic versus being idealistic. I touched on this a little bit in step 2. But let's say you're wanting to go on a raw food 80-10-10 diet for a while, which consists of 80% carbohydrates from fruits and some veggies and 10% fat and 10% protein, which is more of a cleansing diet, not like a maintenance or like a build-up diet. And you're living in a very cold climate, which means that your body is going to naturally want to store more fat to keep you warm. And all the fruit has to be flown in from thousands of miles away. I would say then that this diet probably is not going to be a sustainable meal plan for you. Or let's say you're pregnant, in which case you will need to be consuming higher protein and fat from obviously very clean sources. Another issue that might arise is that it might be idealistic that you and your spouse or family members all eat the same diet, but it very well may not be realistic. Let's say you and your partner or spouse most likely have different constitutions and therefore would require different quantities and types of food. Let's say you're also working 60 hours a week and you have to come home and take care of the whole family, and so it might not be sustainable that the whole family is eating 100% gourmet raw food diet, which takes a lot of time to prep that kind of cuisine. So you may choose instead to incorporate a ton of raw foods in a simple way into your diet while also consuming some healthy cooked vegan and or vegetarian options. Keep it simple and easy to do because otherwise it's not going to be sustainable. The fifth step in creating a healthy meal plan is to change it up, but not too quickly. Don't get in a rut of eating the same foods all the time. I would say most people eat the exact same 5 vegetables all the time. When was the last time you added, let's say, daikon or turnips or seaweeds or incorporated high doses of healing herbs into your diet? There's so many different trace minerals and nutrients that we need to receive from our diet for optimum health. And we can't do it if we're eating the same types of foods all the time. Try and pick one new item to add into your diet every week, or pick one new recipe to make every few weeks. This way of approaching your diet will create sustainable success because it is an easy and graceful way to create new eating habits. Some people do really well doing dramatic changes in their diet, like deciding, one day that they've been on the standard American diet their whole life, and all of a sudden next day they're going completely organic, raw, vegan. But a lot of people that doesn't really work too well for, and it's going to create a yo-yo reaction. So an easy approach to incorporating a new lifestyle pattern, like a new meal plan, is to make small, consistent changes that are easy to repeat. So every week, pick a new recipe to make with a few new ingredients that you can also use in some other dishes, and repeat making those dishes once a week until it becomes a pattern, and then you'll have successfully shifted your diet. And this is a great approach because you are simply adding new healthy foods into your diet instead of having to eliminate foods, because we all know that it's not easy giving up foods that we are addicted to. But it is easy to continue adding in healthy foods until there's just no room for the bad ones. So I've created a list of a lot of my favorite recipes that I want to share with you. If you click on the link that says Puma's Favorite Recipes and follow the prompts, you'll receive an email with all the recipes. So enjoy creating your new meal plan.